Okay, you guys, this is Uncle P. You know this video about to be hot, so make sure to watch this video all the way through because I'm going to drop some trading knowledge for you guys in addition to giving you the news events for the week. And I'm sitting at this beautiful hotel. It was my wife's birthday yesterday, so we're still out of town. But you want to pay attention to this video, guaranteed. Cha-ching, cha-ching, baby. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay, sorry, just checking on my car down there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So in today's video, make sure you got something to write with because this is going to be very, very important. First of all, let me cover what the thumbnail talks about. The signals group, for those who's not in it, I don't know what you're waiting on. I'm telling you, I told y'all I don't see the need to keep trading personally myself too often. I still do, but not a whole lot. What for? Because, you know, take the signals from Mr. Elvis, take lead from Miss Jenny in the scalping group. They did 14 wins and 2 losses last week. And then on top of those pips that could have been made from the signals group, in the scalping group, Miss Jenny and her group, they did 13,574 pips or whatever the thumbnail said, over 13,000 pips. And the reason why the pip count is so big over there is because they trade the indices, which give you much larger pips and much larger profits on your trade. Okay, make sure, by the way, that you are following in her live sessions. Okay, in her live session until you understand how to work it and use her system. Okay, all right. So now let's get down to business. Which one do you guys want first? You want my hot lesson, the tip of the day, or do you want news? Okay, which one you want first? Okay, let's go with news first, and then I'll say tip of the day. Okay, and I'm gonna be very, very honest because I'm if you break this rule, you're gonna get your butt broke in this market. I'm just telling you the truth. How do I know? Because I broke the rule. I know the rules, but somehow, you know how you get hyphy, you know, probably because I'm out of town, excited. I was excited from, you know, you just get in a mood where you just feel like, you know, hey, you know, I'm rolling like a train down the street, and you feel you're unstoppable. And then the market tells you, fool, you better quit playing with me and stick to my rules. It is not your rules, it's the market's rules. And the market has an ability to abuse you and just misuse you anytime you decide in your head that you're going to break that rule. All right, so let's get to the news event, then I'll tell you what rule I broke so you make sure you don't do it. All right, number 1, news events. Write this down because it's going to save you bacon. Because this week it's going to be a very, very noisy week as far as news. So you want to know what days these are coming out. So number 1, on Monday, the manufacturing numbers are coming out for the U.S. dollar. Sometimes it's earth shaking, sometimes it's not. Just trade cautiously around that. But either way it goes, that's more going to affect the stock market than it is the Forex market. But there's a possibility if the numbers are off that it could spike in the Forex market. Okay, the markets are very, very sensitive right now. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. Number 2, AUD, the odd, okay, the Australian dollar on Tuesday. They're coming out with their inflation numbers. This is very important. As I told you guys many times in the past, the inflation data, when it comes out, it really wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't who cares? But because the inflation numbers are being reflected into whether they're going to raise interest rates or not in this super hyphy environment, all inflation reports need to be treated as top notch. All of them. Okay. Every single one of these inflation reports that you see coming out on any of these currencies, make sure you're paying attention to it because it tends to spike because it tells them whether they should continue raising interest rates or not. So the Australian dollar is coming out on Tuesday, coming out with their inflation numbers. You want to be careful around that report. Okay. Now on Wednesday, the Canadian dollar is coming out with their interest rate report. Trade carefully around the CAD's interest rate report. On Thursday, you also have the euro coming out talking about their inflation. No, not their inflation numbers. They're coming out talking about their interest rates. So the euro, the EUR, they're coming out talking about their interest rate numbers. So trade carefully around Thursday or even the day before there. Trade carefully around that. But typically, you start seeing the closer to a big news event, the more that particular currency or currencies related to it begins to slow down. So I would be cautious even the day before that just to be on the safe side. Okay. On Thursday as well, we also have the JPY, the Japanese currency. The Japanese yen on Thursday, they're coming out with their interest rate numbers. Okay, they are coming out with their interest rate numbers. So that's CAD on Wednesday, Euro on Thursday, and JPY on Thursday. So you got three currencies this week that's coming out with their interest rate numbers. So you want to pay attention to that. And then also on Thursday, you also have the Euro coming out with their inflation data. So you have three interest rates announcements this week, and you have two inflation reports, okay? And that's the Australian dollar and the euro. And as far as the US dollar, they have different sprinkled in different news events, but again, sometimes it affects more the stock market than it does the currency markets because of the type of data it is. Not to say not to be careful around it, but again, do your own thing, do your own research on your own. I'm just telling you the ones that's on my little sticky report to pay attention to for this week. All right. Now, last but not least, let me give you what I think is critically important, okay? And what's strange about this is because we all know this as people who trade in the markets, okay? We all know this. We all do. But for whatever reason, we don't pay attention to the news. Okay, or let me rephrase that. We don't pay attention to the rules, especially if you've been doing this for a long time. We tend to drift off and get too comfortable. And when you get comfortable, the markets remind you, hey, you never get comfortable with me. You don't ever get comfortable with me. I'm going to repeat that again with the markets. And this is not even the rule, but this one should be your top-notch rule, okay? Do not ever get comfortable with the markets. Don't ever, I don't care how good of a trader you are, don't ever get comfortable with the markets. One of the things that'll make you a good person who trades in the markets is because you're always on standby. You're always on guard. You're very careful on how you trade. That's what made you good. The moment you get lazy and relaxed, like I did last week, you're going to get punished. All right, so what happened last week? Here's what happened. So, and you can go to your charts and verify this trade. Check it out for yourself. Okay, hold on one second, because Nancy's downstairs. You see my little baby down there, the black one? They got the blue one right behind mine. They parked us in that little spot right there. I'm going to see if Nancy was down there. Okay, she ain't out there yet. She wants to catch a little more sunshine. That's why I'm doing this quick video, and then I'm bouncing. Okay, so here's the deal. So the JPY, Euro JPY, go to your charts. When you watch this video, go to the charts. It was on Friday, okay? So today is December 23rd. So go back to Friday. This is December 23rd, 2022. So even if you see this a year later, you can still verify this on your chart so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about, okay? So go back to that Friday and you will see a particular trade that we took on Thursday, and this is we won 14 trades and lost 2 of them. This is one of them, okay? So I was 100% right, but I was wrong, okay? What happened was that I knew that the Euro JPY was going to drop. I absolutely knew it, had no doubt about it. But what happened was, one, they spiked the market up further than anticipated, okay? They was manipulating that market, okay? And I had told my students about this already. We already were always on standby. We knew about this one. So they spiked the market way further than normal. And they typically will do that when they're going to do a major drop. They're trying to wipe out as many stop losses as possible. And so therefore this time, and normally I use a really comfortable stop loss to get out of the way of the little small petty ones that they do every day. But this one, because they knew it was going to be such a big drop, and I didn't even anticipate it was going to drop that hard and fast. So what they did was they did what they call I can't even get it out. It's called a liquidity run. Okay, they did a liquidity run, and that means they running to take out all liquidity. That means every person who was ready for that drop, who knew what was going on, they pushed it even further, take everybody's money, and then they dropped it. And so here's the deal. I know that's a possibility that can happen. And so normally, I'm cool with it. I manage my money well, and I follow the rules. But this particular time, because I knew that it was going to drop really, really nicely, okay? I knew it would. Turn around, and I fooled around and broke my rule of managing my money. And I over leveraged a bit on this particular trade. And so I knew, I was like, man, this thing gonna pay me out. And look, you see I'm on vacation, y'all. Okay, I'm up in the top floor of this hotel here. Had to do my baby right. Back in the distance, you can see the ocean, which, by the way, oh my God, Choco. Side note, oh my God. We did some fabulous yesterday. Well, let me stay on track. Oh my God, I had such an amazing time. Oh my God, in the ocean. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let me get back focused. I'll do that for another time. So I'm saying, man, this one trade, this thing gonna pay us big. I know it's gonna drop big. I knew it. But I didn't expect, and I should have, I didn't expect it to spike up as big as it did. You see what I'm saying? I knew it has a certain range that they do a liquidity run, or what you guys know as a stop hunt. I know they have a particular range, 20 to 20, and if it's really hard, they go up to 50 pips. Man, this time they went over 100 pips. You know what I mean? They went about 100 something pips. Pushed it all the way up. Man, I mean, they was going hard in the paint this time, outside of normal. So I should have been aware that was a possibility that was going to happen. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? I'm going to keep looking at this one instead of y'all. I should have been aware that was a possibility. I've been in this game way too long to not have anticipated that was a possibility. So because I had a very comfortable stop loss, I know what the normal range was and everything else, I'm like, well, this is good enough, man. Let me double down on my thing and broke the rule of managing the trade, managing my money. And what happened? Man, they did a historical push to the top real quick. Bow, bow, bow. They took everybody out. Bow, bow, bow. Including me and my over-leveraged position. Man, you think a brother wasn't fire hot? You know what I mean? Oh my God, I was fire hot. I was fire hot because I knew I was right. And that's the problem. When you know you're right, that's when you start breaking rules. You get what I'm saying? Listen to your uncle. I promise you, I'm trying to guide you to the truth. Because the truth is, do you know you can lose a bunch of trades and just win a couple of them and still be successful as long as you're managing your money. The management of your money is more important than the actual trades itself, because when you manage your money, it gives you longevity in this market. Some of you guys, you keep refilling your account and you're thinking, well, it's because of the strategy. No, the strategy works, but sometimes you can't control this market. That's why I give you guys these news events for the week ahead, so you're kind of aware of what to avoid, because when these news events come out, it has nothing. They can care less what strategy you're using. I can care less. You see what I'm saying? They don't care what kind of system you use. They don't care about none of that. It's just that, hey, they know this news event is coming out and they're playing news events, fundamentals. That's what they're playing. They're playing the fundamental game. And most retail traders in this market, novice, brand new traders, who keep saying, oh, you don't need to know nothing about that news, man. You just price action. Okay, what do you say when this kind of stuff happens? You see what I'm saying? Because that's what the banks and institutions is doing. They're playing the fundamental game. Then they get back to price action afterwards. So when they're doing this, by you knowing in advance what news events they may play against you before it goes in either direction. Because think about it. You say, okay, well, see, I would have did it. No, you didn't know, because look, they pushed it up and then dropped it immediately right back down. You don't know that fast. You see what I'm saying? That's an insider kind of thing. All you can do is know what news event is coming up and then play it accordingly. Some of you guys, you're getting so excited and making the same mistake that I did, where you're getting so excited over a position because you know, man, I know this gonna hit like the lottery. And you're right, but you're wrong. Because right before it hits in the direction you know as a retail trader, the fundamental traders, banks, institutions, and big money players, they play it the opposite direction, and they can push it as high as they want because they have the finances to do it. Now, they typically act within, like I said, a range, 25 to 50 pip range, where they're really trying to push and wipe out the average retail trader. But in this situation, they really was going hard. You can check all of the JPY pairs on Friday. Every single one of them dropped. CAD JPY, USD JPY, Euro JPY, AUD JPY, all NZD JPY. All of them dropped at the same time. So that means the big institutions knew what was coming. We did too. But I didn't anticipate their liquidity run being that enormous. And because I was too comfortable with the actual trade, I forgot to be careful with the fact that they can do as far as they want. Y'all get what I'm saying? And as a result of me of being overly excited about the trade, I failed to pay attention to the rule of never trust the trade 100%. That's the rule. Never break it. Never trust a trade 100%. If you don't trust the trade 100%, you will be much more better at managing your account, because no matter how perfect the trade looks, no matter how perfect the trading system is, no matter what happens, you know goodness well the market is a beast and it is there to devour your pockets. And therefore, if you never trust the trade 100%, no matter how good that thing looks, you know goodness well I need not go for it. Let me give y'all a better example. Okay, I'm an older dude now. Okay, I'm an older dude now. And as a matter of fact, we was on the beach yesterday, and you know, there were beautiful people everywhere. If I was a single man, I'd be like, you know what? Look at that over there. Look at that over there. Honey, I'm not cheating. I'm not single. I'm just using this as an example. But I'm saying, I could have said, look at that over there. Look at that over there. Look at that over there. Oh my God, I want the whole collection. Is that the smart thing to do? No, because guess what? Just because you look good don't mean that I can trust you with my wallet. Just because you look good don't mean I can trust you to be up in my house. See, I cannot, just because you look beautiful don't mean that you're 100% trustworthy. Looking good and being trustworthy are two different things. Now, when you can get the both of them together, like I have with my wife, you'll marry that one and be happy. Okay? When you can look good and trustworthy combined together, you got a combination of a person. Same thing in the markets. The problem is in the markets, it looks good, but it's not trustworthy. So I can only dibble and dabble. I can't get married to any position. Do you see what I'm saying? That was the killer. You get married in your head to an idea that you can trust this trade is set up, it's just looking too perfect. And you get married to it by over leveraging, over committing to a relationship with a market that is not ever committed to you. Praise God. Come on now. There, you know there's some truth. I should take an offering on that. You are making full commitment by over leveraging on a trade setup because you're all in on a trade that has no commitment to you at all. Remember, it is a shark there to devour you. Do you hear what I'm saying? Let me leave you guys with this, okay? And if I would have did this with my trade, instead of getting lazy, I wouldn't have suffered the consequences. Let me give you guys an example. I might as well tell you what happened yesterday. It was just amazing. So we were sitting on this private island beach. We had a boat that took us over to a private island because that's the only way to get to it. You have to take a boat to get over to this private island, right? Trying to do the man thing from a boot. So we go to this private island and we sitting over there chilling. I brought our beach chairs and this and that. Right? So I brought my snorkeling mask. I snorkel out, and and what was cool, you can go all the way out quite far, and you were still walking because it wasn't deep. It was far out, but it wasn't deep, right? So I get to where there's this set of rocks and boulders, and I look under the water, and without the snorkeling mask, you would not have even known all these fish were literally swimming around you, right? So I see all these beautiful fish just swimming around, right? So then I decide, let me walk further. Oh my God. I saw some more beautiful fish. So I had an idea. I brought some snacks for me and my wife. So I brought some peanut butter cookies. I shouldn't be saying this because I don't want no environmentalists trying to get me. But we brought, my wife, she liked these peanut butter cookies from Whole Foods or Sprouts. So I packed in some of them cookies like that. We had some healthy chips and avocado oil. You know, she healthy. Okay, but just follow the story. And then we had some of them little cakes that come in a little, packages like that. So I ran back out of the water, ran back to shore, and grabbed some of them snack cakes. And I went back in the water and went to where this rock collection was. And I looked underwater and I started sprinkling the cake in the water in crumbs, right? Oh my freaking God, y'all. Hundreds of fish started swimming around, literally around me. Just beautiful fish. Oh my God, they were beautiful. Here's the story though. Here's the kicker. While all this is going on, people started gathering around me because they like, oh my God, look at this. This is amazing. They were jumping up all near me, all around me. And oh my God, I was so excited. Watch this because it does have to do with trading. Okay, so while I'm feeding the fish, and I'm like, oh, this is freaking amazing. They're literally, I can just reach out and touch them with my hand. They were all hundreds of them around me. All these beautiful fish that was in the ocean just right there around me. So I'll go back and I'll get Nancy and I'll say, baby, come on, let's go get some more. Here's the thing though. The whole time, while I'm enjoying watching all these beautiful fish, and then there was two of them that just swim past and they were like huge. But the whole time, and here's the point of the story. The whole time, while these fish were swimming around us and I'm looking at all the beautiful fish, and then more people start gathering around saying, this is freaking amazing. And it was. Oh my God, it was just, oh, I've never experienced that before. While all that's happening, here's one thing that was in the back of my mind. If all these hundreds of fish are around, is there a possibility that there's a shark that could be coming around too? Because it's seeing all these fish splashing around us. Could there be a shark nearby? So while I'm enjoying this, I'm constantly looking under the water at the fish swimming around. This is a freaking amazing experience. But in the back of my head, I kept saying, is there a possibility of a shark? So I'm already thinking of what? An exit strategy. I'm going to stop feeding these fish. I don't care how beautiful it is. Once in a lifetime experience, having hundreds of fish, just literally, you can reach out and just touch them. That's where they were because I was feeding them. But at the same time, how do I get out of here quick enough and get Nancy so I can snatch her up and get us up out of this water if there's a what? A shark in the water. What is my whole point of this story? The whole point of the story is this. Even though I'm having the best time of my life, once in a lifetime experience, but I'm still cautious. I'm still on guard. I'm still not being too comfortable. Do you hear what I'm saying? That ideology I should have stuck to on Friday or Thursday, where better yet, that's when we took the trade. Thursday going into Friday, okay? That's the idea I should have had. Yes, this is beautiful. This is a once in a lifetime kind of maybe the best trade ever for the whole week and everything else. Yeah, well, you know what? Perfect. But what if a shark was going to come and get me? What if a shark was coming to get my stop loss? Yes, you had a roomier stop loss, but that didn't mean they couldn't come for it. And so you got too comfortable when the shark came and bit your behind and then took off in the direction you knew and went smashed way past my take profit as well. It smashed it. But the shark came and bit me first. Why? Because I was unprepared. Do you get what I'm saying? I got too comfortable. Now, what could have happened is I could have easily got a stop hit and then just went back into the trade, which I normally do, but I was pissed. I just didn't want to. Why are you pissed? Are you pissed at the market because the shark came and got you? You know there's sharks in that water. Why are you pissed at the environment? The environment has always been that way. You should be pissed at yourself for being too comfortable. You knew you should not have over-leveraged. You shouldn't have over-leveraged. You broke the rule of trusting the trade. You don't ever trust a trade 100%. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't care. It's like people who get into the ocean. Oh, I've been swimming and surfing in these oceans for years. You don't ever trust the fact that today might be the day that a great white is in the water and it's hungry looking for you. Yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years. It doesn't matter. All it takes is what? One time of you slipping. You don't ever trust a trade 100%. I'll see you guys on Tuesday in class. By the way, if you want to join us, we still had a smashing good record though last week. Oh my God. So for the Signals group, go to our website, www.superezforex.com/signal-service, or the link is on the website. We still have 14 wins and 2 losses. That is monstrous week. It was still a fabulous trading week, but I'm just sharing with you guys, it could have been 1 less loss. It would have been 14-1 or something around there, or 15-1 if I wouldn't have broke the rule. Okay. But anyway, y'all get the point. If you want to get in our classes, please go to superezforex.com and just click on the Simplicity System, buy that, and I will see you in class on Tuesday. Either way it goes, I'm heading out. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this day with my beautiful wife in this beautiful area, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. Cha-ching, cha-ching, baby.